Hi, this is Max. I'm talking to you today about the subject of voice from beautiful Zug Lake in Switzerland, one of my favorite places. This is a gorgeous lake here with water that's so clean you can drink from it. So you might hear the voices of some ducks, and there's some swans coming in a minute. So the voice is so interesting because everybody's afraid of public speaking. I think in one list I saw, it showed the top 5 fears of the human being, and public speaking was one notch over death. So as one comedian said, that means at a funeral we would rather be in the casket than standing talking about the person in the casket. So why are we so afraid of public speaking, and when does it become public speaking? In other words, I've known extremely shy people who have no trouble talking to one person, a good friend at a coffee shop. They're chatterboxes, maybe 2 or 3 friends, same. But at some point there's a number where it's no longer talking to a group of friends, it's public speaking. And then we become terrified and we shut down. And we even literally shut down the throat. We have terms like, I got a frog in my throat, or I got all choked up. And so we literally feel, when we become emotional, afraid, or we become overwhelmed with feelings that are difficult to express, we almost start strangling ourselves. Some people, when they get extremely angry, their voice sounds like someone is squeezing their throat. They start whispering like this. The angrier they get, the more of a whisper they have. So to me, learning to open the throat through sound and breathing is one of the tools we have to opening our communication center, so we can actually communicate what we want and need to communicate, particularly to those that we love the most. Almost everybody says they want more intimacy or a deeper connection with people, but we have to open our mouth and say things for that to happen, and that's where we get, that's where we stumble. So my recommendation is, number one, you understand that you do have a speaking issue. You do have a speaking the truth issue. You do have, when I say truth, I mean the emotional truth, because we all have it. And start recording yourself. Talk about things that matter to you, that are that involve deep feelings, and use your phone. There's a dictation device, and record it. You can be in a hermetically sealed room. No one will hear you, and listen later to how you sound. And try to keep improving it as if you were talking to someone else. We have to practice. So often people think if they're not good at something the first time, or they're even bad at it, they have no hope. But the truth is, you have to practice. Mozart needed to practice. One of the most gifted musical talents in history, who was composing at age 5, practiced 8 hours a day. Again, one of the most gifted talents in the world, practice 8 hours a day. So if we simply want to improve, to become more competent, better communicators, so that we have more peace and connection in our life and less confusion and turmoil. So some practice is in order. Yet where can you find a class on this? There's almost no classes for speaking or communication. So the first step is to start recording yourself on your phone. Study it, see if you can improve it. And then at some point, maybe you could even play it for someone through a speaker, or headphones. Say, just listen to this. I'll wait in the other room. But the other thing is to actually do exercises with your throat. And this freaks us out when you say, I have to make sound, and really indicates what a problem we have. So I'll leave you with one exercise to practice, and that's the singing of one vowel. It doesn't really matter which vowel you sing, ah, a, e, o, u, doesn't matter. But I find it's easiest to do ah. So we just open the mouth and we sing, ah. And when you do this, you have to push the air out a little bit. If you just relax the breath, it sounds like this. Ah, which is what most people do. It just peters out. You have to push it. You push it like you're blowing up a balloon. You push the air out. Ah, and don't do this with a closed mouth. Ah, you have to open it. Ah, But don't do this. Ah, there's no need. You just relax your mouth open and sing ah. Do it where no one can hear you. Practice in your car and just do it again and again and again for up to 20 minutes. I did this for 1 year, 20 minutes a day for 1 year. And I can tell you that it was life-changing. I would not have been able to speak to a camera or to a group like this before I did this exercise. So it's empowering beyond belief, because your ability to communicate through words is the number one tool you have to convey your truth, your ideas, and your love toward other human beings. Thank you.